Year 0 to year 3. What do these icons mean?
You were born, you opened your eyes for the very first time, and you heard your mother's voice.
You tasted food, took your first steps, and even said your very first word.
Yet, despite all these significant milestones, you remember absolutely none of it. Not a single moment, not a single memory remains from those crucial early years.
Most people assume the answer is simple. Your brain wasn't ready yet. You were just too young.
However, that common assumption isn't quite right, and the true explanation is far more complex. The real answer is far stranger than you might expect, involving multiple fascinating factors. Your baby brain wasn't failing to record your life. It was actually recording everything. Your memories were indeed there, but something profound happened that destroyed them. In 1905, Sigmund Freud was the first to name this phenomenon, infantile amnesia.
Babies can actually form memories, and we know this for a fact through scientific experiments.
In the 1980s, psychologist Carolyn Rovi Collier at Rutgers University conducted an elegant experiment.
She tied a ribbon from a baby's ankle to a mobile hanging above their crib. The babies quickly learned that kicking made the mobile move, and they absolutely loved it. When brought back days later, they remembered kicking immediately. Even 2-month-olds held memories for days.
6-month-olds remembered for weeks. So, infant brains can learn, store, and recall information. But those memories don't last. By adulthood, every trace is gone, leaving scientists puzzled. For decades, scientists couldn't fully explain why we forget our earliest years.
The first part of the answer is structural, focusing on a key brain region.
The hippocampus, a small curved structure deep in your brain, is the engine of memory formation.
It allows you to take lived experiences, like a birthday, a conversation, or a walk in the rain, and encode them as episodes you can later replay in your mind. In adults, the hippocampus works with the prefrontal cortex to tag, store, and retrieve these episodes.
But in infants, this crucial system is severely underdeveloped, with connections still being built.
The connections between the hippocampus and the cortex are still being formed and strengthened. Key regions like the dentate gyrus, a gateway for new memories, aren't fully wired until ages 2 to 4. So, your infant brain could form short-term memories, but faced a challenge.
It simply couldn't move them into long-term storage the way an adult brain does.
But that's only half the story, and what comes next is even more surprising. In 2014, 2 neuroscientists in Toronto made a groundbreaking discovery. Sheena Jocelyn and Paul Franklin proposed a hypothesis that sounded almost absurd. In the first years of life, your hippocampus produces new neurons at an extraordinary rate. This process is called neurogenesis, and it's absolutely essential for brain development. These new brain cells wire up the circuits you'll use for the rest of your life. However, Jocelyn and Franklin suspected there was a significant cost to this rapid growth.
Every time a new neuron integrates into an existing circuit,
it disrupts the old connections.
These disrupted connections were precisely what held your precious early memories. To test this, they ran experiments on mice, manipulating neurogenesis levels.
When they artificially increased neurogenesis in adult mice, those mice started forgetting.
Conversely, when they slowed neurogenesis in infant mice, those mice held on to memories longer.
The results pointed to a deeply counterintuitive conclusion about memory formation.
Your baby brain wasn't too weak to hold memories. It was too busy growing.
The same explosion of new neurons that built your brain also overwrote the memories stored inside it. Your earliest experiences weren't lost because they were never saved. They were overwritten.
Your brain kept building new rooms, tearing down old walls, and with them, your memories.
But there's another crucial layer to this, and it might be the strangest part of all.
To form what scientists call autobiographical memory, you need a sense of self.
You need to understand that you exist as a person, separate from the world around you.
Developmental psychologists argue that before 18 to 24 months, infants don't recognize themselves. This moment of self-recognition closely tracks with the earliest age autobiographical memories can form.